In this class, you'll need to use a composition notebook. The type of composition notebook does not matter. What I'll be using today is going to be a wide-ruled notebook that has 100 sheets of paper on the inside. But any type of composition notebook will be acceptable. You can use wide-ruled, college-ruled, graph paper, engineering paper, as long as this is a bound notebook like this one that contains hopefully 100 sheets of paper. If you have like 80 sheets, that will be fine as well, because we'll be using this throughout the entire year. This is what you'll need to bring with you to class every single day, except for when you leave it with me for your notebook checks. Now, those notebook checks will be random, and if you do not have the notebook check on the day that the notebook is due, then it will be considered late. So please make sure you always have your lab notebook with you every single day in class. What we're going to do today is we're going to set up our lab notebooks and make sure that it is ready for use throughout the rest of this year. So the first thing that we're going to do with our lab notebook is to make two pouches, one in the front cover and one in the back cover, so that way we can store any papers we have. This will include periodic tables, a bell ringer activity, or anything else that gets passed out throughout the year. In order to do this, open up your lab notebook. So we have our inside cover, which doesn't really have anything there except for a class schedule on this notebook. We won't be using that. What you'll need to do is you'll need to grab the first 2 sheets of paper and fold it down. And then press down to form that crease. Fold it over so that way it's against your front cover. And we now have a nice little pouch. So I'm going to take a stapler and put in at least 3 staples. One here, and one here. You can add more staples if you need to make it more secure. So what we now have is a pouch that we can store pieces of paper in. Now this won't fit a full sheet of paper. You'll need to fold it in half in order to fit it in here. Now we might have a lot of papers throughout the year, so we're going to put another pouch at the back of our lab notebook. So turn to the back page, and even though this information at the back can be super useful, we're actually going to cover that up with our back pouch. It'll be the same procedure. Take those last 2 sheets of paper and fold down. And we're going to have at least 3 staples as well. One here, and one here. Now this I kind of had a little bit up. I try to avoid putting it right at the edge, just because it's more likely to fall out that way. But the higher up you put the staples, or the further in, means less space for your papers. So that might be something you want to keep in mind.